everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we're going to be talking about some exciting news because Duos is finally returning. Hello, this is alternate timeline Thordan Smash. Well, apparently when I recorded that, I was under the impression that, Duos would be returning. Now it looks like it isn't going to be returning, and we're going to be talking about the bamboozle in this video, and also what the issue is with the playlist in Apex Legends. That's the focus of this video, but we'll talk a little bit about the Duos thing. Anyway, back to what I was saying before, I found out the truth. That being said, it's not going to be a permanent return, and we're going to talk about how Apex Legends and Respawn are going to be handling the shifting playlist, what we can be looking forward to in the future, and also why this might be an issue as well. We're going to go ahead and do all of that. We're also going to give out 45 bucks. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So, Apex Legends fans, we have some good news, and we also, have some bad news. According to Yoro Tsuki, we are getting the brand new Duos mode coming on Tuesday. However, it is only going to be returning for about 2 weeks and will leave on September 17th. Yeah, so everyone pretty much thought that the Duos was going to be coming back on September 3rd for 2 weeks. It was data mined in the game files, but for whatever reason, as you can see on screen right here, they decided to go ahead and actually make it Trios Revival. Now, it's not 100% confirmed. They could always swap it back. Maybe there was an error, but this does seem intentional, and it's kind of confusing because, Josh Medina at the beginning of the season actually said that Duos was supposed to be part of the playlist, right away for Season 22, so I don't know what they're doing. I know a lot of people that were excited for Duos to finally come back, even if it was going to be an LTM, are going to be upset. Anyways, we're going to continue to go over why it's such an issue in Apex Legends, because the playlist debacle is really getting annoying. It's interesting because Duos was once a permanent mode but has disappeared. It looks like it's going to be going away because we're getting a brand new Bounty Hunter mode on September 18th, and that will also be lasting for 2 weeks. It's a remake of an old LTM. We've talked about it's probably Dummy's Big Day. Due to the bot glitch, where it makes you actually a dummy, it does look like we already know the abilities for that, or at least some of them, because the Dummy's Big Day from last time had a bunch of different variants of the dummies. Anyways, the passive is Good Hustle, Tactical is Loot Spawner, and Ultimate is Panic Button. It kind of makes me wonder if some of these might actually be tested for future Legends, but regardless of whether or not you're excited for that, there is a huge issue with a lot of players actually upset that Duos is only going to be an LTM. And it's kind of curious on why Apex Legends is doing this, because if you look at the Steam count, well, it's not back to where its peak was. They have about 146,000 people playing about an hour ago, and that's on Steam alone. If you combine console and other platforms such as Origin, and now it's on Epic, there's probably a lot more players there as well, meaning that you should be able to get a match if you go ahead and add in other playlists. There's always the chance that it's due to the fact that skill-based matchmaking is really just trying to go ahead and force you to play with certain people, which, we can go over in another video if you guys really want. The skill-based matchmaking is very much known as not great in Apex Legends, and it seems like the developers are worried that if they add more things to the playlist, well, the queue time will increase. But if that makes the players happy and enjoying the game modes, that might not necessarily be a bad thing to wait for what you want to play. You can look at games like Fortnite, where back in 2020, they had a whole plethora of different gaming options here, with 10 different options that you could play through at any time that you wanted to. And so it's curious on why Apex Legends is so against this. That instead of trios, we get some new LTM every 2 weeks and it rotates. They've done a bunch of different experiments in the last season and a half. First, we got solos, which came back for about 6 weeks. It did return eventually. We've also things such as quads, which in my opinion was one of my favorite game modes to play, where you can now team up with 4 different friends. They had the revival game mode, which I think was probably the best thing for pubs and trios, because you could just go ahead and play to your heart's content. It seemed like most people really enjoyed this mode. There were some that didn't enjoy it. And now currently we have Straight Shot Revival, which is a twist on the regular Revival, where you don't go ahead and jump out of a dropship. But like I said, that is going to be leaving as soon as Duos comes in. And it's confusing because it would be very easy for Respawn to actually go ahead and fix this issue. There was a concept made not too long ago. We had the mixtape mode, as most of you guys know. You can go ahead and actually have a returned LTM/3 strikes come in on a rotating basis, just like it shows here. 15 minutes of gun run, 15 minutes of team deathmatch, 15 minutes of control, then throw in 3 strikes for 35 minutes, deathmatch arenas, which we know is coming back, so I would love to see that come as well, and then a return LTM, and it rotates back to that. If you don't want to throw them in the mixtape mode, have Duos, Trios, Revival, and other game modes rotate permanently within the Trios playlist. That way people can still have the option of doing Duos, so on and so forth. It would seem to be a very easy fix. Instead, we are stuck with either the new LTM, a Trios mode, and then your only other option is mixtape and ranked. And well, let's be honest, ranked is kind of impossible right now. The 6 manning, the 9 manning on console alone, which is a huge player base for Apex Legends, is at an all-time high and doesn't seem to be fixed. Bath Toaster points out right here that in pred lobbies, he actually ran into a 12-man and a 6-man in the same lobby. I'll go ahead and play the clip right here. alone deters people from wanting to play ranked, so then they go over to pubs, but maybe the game mode that they want to play in pubs is not there. I would love for 3 Strikes also to return to the game. That was a fantastic mode. I think pretty much everyone liked 3 Strikes to a degree, and there are far less cheaters in those kind of public lobbies. They still exist, but it's not nearly as bad because it's not a competitive scene. Respawn recently did an anti-cheat update with the current state, team investments, tools, and technology, and that's all fantastic. We actually haven't seen any impact in the game yet to know if it's actually go ahead and fix a lot of the issues in the game. It would be really easy just to have a permanent playlist that rotates every 15 to 20 minutes between quads, 3 Strikes, revival, trios, duos. When all these players come in and they try out these new modes for the first time, if they're a new player and they fall in love with it, they're probably not going to come back if they don't like the new game mode that comes in 2 weeks. By giving them a permanent option, you would actually have more engagement because they would be hopping on every day waiting for their playlist to go on, and if it wasn't ready right when they got on, they could go ahead and warm up and mixtape and other options. The perfect solution would be just to go ahead and add them as permanent modes where duo stays around, straight shot stays around, but if Respawn really doesn't think it has the manpower, then at least go ahead and make it rotating or have a separate playlist option where it rotates permanently, because right now it's very, very difficult for the player base to stay engaged because, like I said, they fall in love with an LTM that's there for 2 weeks and then we don't see it for almost 6 months to a year later if it ever does come back. Let me know down below, are you guys excited about the fact that duos is returning, and are you a little upset that it's just a limited time mode, or would you rather see it be a permanent function? Also, don't go ahead and forget to check out this video right here by my editor Novell, who does amazing Apex Legends content, and until next time everyone, keep slaying the aliens, and I'll see you out there.